All right, people, how we doing out there? First things first, let me get myself together here. I'm just not getting up. Actually, I got up a little later. Usually I'm up at 6 o'clock in the morning, but I needed the rest, so I decided to sleep in and get some more, and get a couple more hours. I know being up at 8 o'clock and 9 o'clock in the morning is what I consider sleeping in, because I'm used to being up much, much, much earlier than that. So over here we have our screen. This used to be a silver ticket. Well, it still is a silver ticket screen. It's a silver ticket screen that I coated with my Supreme Black ambient light rejection screen paint. And as you can see, look how smooth it is. There's no bar lines, nothing like that. That's why I tell you to pad the middle of the screen anytime you're painting it, so you don't get that bar line that pops up in the middle of your screen. You don't want that nonsense. I'm trying to figure out, I know my thing goes a little higher up than this. Yeah, it does. There we go. Here we go. Here we go. There it is right there. No, it's glory. So, painting it, as you saw in the demonstration, is not that hard. It only took me 2 quarts. Actually, it took me less than 2 quarts to paint the screen because I had some of it left over. Pretty much I had about that much left over out of 2 quarts. So, it doesn't take. And even keep in mind, I had to apply it heavy. And the reason why I had to apply it heavy on, because as I told you, some surfaces with some fixed frame screens do have a bit of a protective coating, and that protective coating will allow the paint to spread just a little bit. All you got to do is let it dry, because some people panic. They go into a panic mode and go, oh my goodness, it's not coating. So no. Let it dry, right? Because you saw in the demonstration, those who saw the demonstration, it had little white spots all over the screen. That's from it separating from the material. Let it dry, let it have a foundation, and just go over it. Boom, and there you go. That's what you get. That screen's jet black. There's no white spots, nothing in it. And pretty much when you're painting your areas, because keep in mind your roller is not going to be to get in those little crevices here and there. You just take a paintbrush and go around the corners, right? Do that twice, like I said, and then basically just take your roller and just go in. That's it. Done. That's it. Now, some people may say, okay, well, what if I take it out of, don't put it in the frame first, and then I'll just paint it flat to the ground? I used to do that. I advise you not to do that, because you will end up repainting the screen while it's in the frame, because even if the material is going to have to be stretched out super flat. The only way you can do that is you staple it down. If you staple the material down where it's super flat, stretched out, and then you paint it, then you can do it that way. And you can put it back into the frame. But I really want to put it, because keep in mind, once you don't want to lay it on the ground now because it's coated, you want to put material underneath of it, or cloth underneath of it. I just prefer building the frame and painting a bad boy white in the frame. Then it's all done. It dries. It's done. I got to worry about putting it together. It's all finished. It's easier for me. All right. So keep in mind, this is dedicated. Now, some people say, okay, having a 16:9 screen. No. 16:9 screen and your dedicated theater room is only dedicated because that room is dedicated for that screen. This is a different form of screen. These are 235.1s. 235.1s are real dedicated screens, because I'll tell you why. Can't play everything on it. It's only dedicated to a certain video format. Can't come in here and run 16:9 or 16:10 off it. I can only do 235.1 off that screen only. So this screen right here is just going to be the movie setting right here and its environment right here. And then that giant screen over there, that 126-inch sitting up in my window, that's the screen I watch all my movies and shows and stuff off of it. It's not movies and shows, but more of my shows and stuff like that off of it, because it's 16:9 format. Oh, I was telling my friend, I said, yo, I just got up at freaking 8 or 9 o'clock in the morning. So I just slept in. She said, you call getting up at 8, 9 in the morning sleeping in? Yeah, because I'm up at 2 and 4 o'clock in the morning. So that's usually when I start my day. When I turn that camera on around 6, I've already been up 2 hours already, walking around the house, doing things, getting that done already. So I'm used to being up at 2 and 4 o'clock in the morning. If I sleep in, I get up at 8 or 9, that's me sleeping in. I know it sounds crazy, but it's true. Most people say sleeping in is probably around getting up around at 4 and 5 in the evening. No, me sleeping is getting up at 8 or 9. That's my getting up. All right, so I got my sleeping, what I needed for the day. I told you I was going to spend some time sleeping on Sunday, which I did, and we'll get a chance to fire this bad boy up. All right, so I'm gonna have to copy and paste all the links, because some people say, well, you don't put your links in. You don't put your links in. Man, you know what happens when I turn this camera off? When I turn this camera off, first, my place is cluttered with mess. It is. From anything I've been building or making down here, you've seen it. It gets crazy down here. So I'm the kind of person, I can't sit down and eat anything unless my place is clean. I mean, it's got to be clean. I don't want to see nothing on the floor, nothing. This place got to be clean before I sit down and eat. No sink, dishes in the sink. Got to be clean. So I'm constantly used to keeping my area up very clean. I don't like any clutter or mess. Drives me nuts. So I got to get all that cleaned up, and then after that, I got to upload the video. The video uploads automatically from the phone, and then I get calls that come in, emails, and everything else, and I get sidetracked it, and I totally forget. Then I get them and go, oh crap, I forgot to go in and put any information in the video. So I put some information in there now for my cell phone. I'll have to go in and find that one YouTube video where I put a bunch of links in there, where to get the screen from, or where to get the projectors from, where to get the LED lights from, and I have to post that, copy and paste, and put this in this video to make so you can have everything there to do this with the LED lights if you want to go down that route. If you're going to do the LED lights for the staircase, those are chasers. Those aren't everyday lights. Those are the ones that bounce up, they follow each other. But anyway, let's get back to the screen. So anyway, yeah, it's a silver ticket screen. Price tag for 138 inch, 235.1. Ran me around $419 altogether with tax, about $560, $570 with tax. And this is actually running through my my Amazon Fire Stick. Now, just to know, the projector I'm using right here is a 720p WXGA, no, sorry, WXGA, a projector, 720p, because like I said, with the technology we design, I don't really like to go out and spend the money for 1080p or 4K. The only thing I needed on this projector to do is be short throw. Well, of course, they all have HDMI, so I don't care about that, but just be short throw and just have 235.1. Because the dilemma I run into in having this screen, you can't hit any projector with it. Your projector literally has to have a 235.1 ratio in it, or it's not going to work. All right. Oh, and also too, by the way, just a little note to self, to all y'all. If you do get with a Fire Stick and you do connect it to your projector, if you don't put in the screensaver, which I haven't done yet, personalize my screensaver, when that projector shuts off or goes in standby mode, or the Chromecast shuts off and goes to standby mode, it just gives you a blank screen like this. My screen's jet black, so it looks like my projector's off. It's not off. My projector actually is still running right now, which I just got out, which means it's been running since last night. So when I get up in the middle of the night to go do something, personal business, and I look at the screen, I'm thinking, oh yeah, I turned the projector off. When I didn't turn the projector off, the freaking Chromecast went to stand mode, and my projector is still running, which I didn't realize that. So yeah, just in case, you want your lamps to get eaten up. I'm gonna put that in eco mode anyway. All right, so a little theater room set up in here, the LED lights running, and let's see what the heck has been running on my system the entire time when I've been asleep. So let's see. Go here and click this on. There we go. So there's no settings. Keep in mind on. I'm trying to see if I can run anything. Let's do a little Kung Fu Panda on here real quick. So Kung Fu Panda. So right here. See the screen a little better. There we go. That's a better place to put it. Let's do some Kung Fu Panda. Nope, wasn't asking for all that, but yeah.
Even the most heroic heroes in all of China, the Furious Five, bowed in respect to this great master. We should head now. Agreed. But hanging out would have to wait. Because when you're facing the 10,000 demons of Demon Mountain.
And I'm not running the speakers yet. Actually, I'm ripping these speakers out and I'm putting all new speakers in. I don't want anything gigantic or monstrous. I just want something that's nice, powerful, and you can't see it. That's what I want. I want Stonehenge speakers in here. I'm going to keep it nice and not cluttered. Can't stand having clutter around. I might get some bows. I don't know. out of this. It's going to YouTube, Samsung, 4K videos. It's the one thing I love about that voice. Oh man, it's freaking amazing, man. I don't have to scroll through this and scroll through that and figure out where this is coming up at. Nope. Let me see if any of my speakers are running at somewhat. Yeah, I lost some remote control years ago to that, so I got to upgrade my stuff in here. I haven't upgraded my speakers in a while. So I think I might do that today, just buy my speaker system today. Reach my freaking remote control from here. Those of you who are a bit curious, did it function? Everything functions with the lights on. Come on. All my technology functions with the lights on. We're gonna do some gaming upstairs. Last night I was gaming upstairs, and I still can't get over that freaking screen upstairs. Like I said, I never get used to the technology. I'm gaming upstairs and all that window light. I think it was around 12 o'clock. At 12 o'clock, where they're doing World War Z, which I got to download the DLC and send it over to her. See that angle at 235.1. So this completes everything for me down here, because now I got the 235.1 that I wanted in here, and got the 126 in there. If it didn't rain today, hey, how are you doing today? I'm doing great, fine. I hope you're doing fine also. This is 720p. That's what I said. It didn't make a difference. I didn't need to have 1080p or 4K. From Paris, buddy. I only speak English. So that's what I was trying to explain to you. Like, you know, instead of me buying a 4K or 1080p projector, I mean, all that nonsense. I mean, it's not saying it's nonsense, but for me, it's like money I don't have to spend. I know that. So I got myself a 720p projector because that's all I needed. Look at the screen, look at the technology. 720p. That's the beautiful thing about the technology. You don't have to go out and spend all this money for a projector. All I got was what I needed from the projector. That's it. This is 3,400 lumens. The other one I had was 4,000 lumens. The Christie. Oh, here in Paris. Yeah, one thing, just want to let you know, we can't ship overseas. We can't ship overseas. If you have somebody within the United States that you can ship it to, we can send it there. PayPal has restrictions now that we can't ship anything overseas due to COVID-19. So if you do have somebody within the United States, we can send it there and they can ship it to you. I was saying, if a screen is having a problem producing an image of 720p, what kind of screen is that and how much? It's not a screen, that's a screen paint. It's not we don't sell physical projection screens. We just sell the paint that allows you to convert a physical projection screen into a jet black screen like this. But you can't buy, we don't make these screens. I'll post, and like I said, I'm gonna try to keep to it. Like I said, once I turn the camera off, I'm in a whole nother world. But I'll try to right away post the paint on demonstration. You'll get a chance to see the screen white, the silver ticket, and then you'll see where I painted the screen, because some of y'all came and saw that one live. But yeah, this is just a screen paint. This is not a physical projection screen. It's a paint that allows you to be able to turn any surface you want into an OLED-like projection screen. But yeah, like I was saying, oh man, my back is killing me from yesterday, man. I had to do some stuff yesterday. But anyway, like I was saying that, there's no point in me going out and spending all this money. My family wishes you a happy Sunday. Hey, thank you so much, man. Right back at you. Right back at you. Y'all be safe. But yeah, like I was saying, 720p, that's it. You don't have to spend all this money, man. You really don't. I just needed two things on that projector, and I just needed 235.1, and I didn't care about the lumen count because the screens pick up on 1,000 lumens. I needed the 235, and I needed the short throw. That's all I needed. So I'm not going to tell you or advise you that you have to have 4K or 1080p, knowing that this is going to cost you some money. I'm going to advise you to basically go get yourself a 720p projector. I mean, if you want 4K or 1080p, that's up to you. That's your choice, right? That's your choice. But like I said, some people don't have it within their budget, and they still want to have a beautiful picture. Let me go clean my other area real quick. I got to turn that projector on too while we're checking this one out. Alright, arithmetic. Thank you, Mary. There, cleaned up real quick. I had to clean up my other area real quick. Get that straightened out real quick. Sorry about that. I'll put the camera for a minute. Make sure that was all tidied up. So this is the one right there. Oh, I'm sorry. I walked away from the camera for a minute. Oh, you're good. It's a BenQ. You're good. You're good. You're good. You're good. Yeah, you're good. You got a BenQ. That's good. You're good. That's the other screen right there. This is the one I just use for entertaining. That is a 126-inch screen. And this is my my slash, this is where I'm usually at most of the time. The screen behind me, I just run a lot of abstract art on that, pretty much. I may watch a few movies on there, because like I said, it's 235.1, but I wanted the 235.1 again, but this is one of my main screens I use. I use this screen for everything. And then the one upstairs is just strictly dedicated for gaming, which I have a 135 up there for Sony with the Christie 505. That one right there is dedicated just for gaming. This is the other one. This is the one I'm on the most. Stuff out of the way. Let me see. Figure out what I did with the Chrome, not the Chromecast, the same Chromecast for some reason. Oh, keep in mind, if you get two of the Fire Sticks and you're talking on one, it doesn't disrupt the other one. That's freaking cool. All right, just don't get them mixed up. Which I need a mark because I have two of these bad boys. Yeah. I lost one. Oh, I think I found it. I'm not sure if this is this one or that one. I'm not sure. We'll find out in a few minutes if this one activates. LG 4K Foods. Oh, nope. It's that one. That's how you know your remote controls. One remote control will only operate one unit. So I said LG 4K Foods. That one activated over there, which means that is the remote control for that one. Which is good to know. That's good to know. Because at least I know I can't get the remote controls mixed up. So I know this one belongs in this room. Alright, so now I gotta do is just find the other one that belongs to that screen right there. That's good to know. Because they look exactly, you can get them mixed up, can't figure out which one's which. Alright. I just gotta track down. Here we go. Down the other one. So now if you know, if you get the Fire Stick and you have multiple Fire Sticks running through your home and you use voice activation to bring something up, it's not going to come up unless it's actually attached to that particular Chromecast. That's freaking cool. All right, so this is the one that goes to that one right there. All right, so we'll put on LG 4K demonstrations. Right from YouTube. YouTube LG 4K demonstrations.
Getting that from YouTube.
See, that one stays that way, and that one stays over there. Yeah, I see how it is. That's pretty cool. Now this one right here is 126 inch What I'm thinking about doing is I'm thinking about actually recoding this one with a cord. The reason why I do these demos, keep in mind I had somebody come in here, not to beat a dead horse to death, but I had someone come in here and they were talking about how it was virtually, they couldn't get 148-inch screen out of 2 ports. And my screen behind me is 138. So when I painted that screen, not only was I able to get the whole entire screen painted, and I did put the paint on it very heavy on the screen, I had to go back over it again, just move it out. But I had to take the container out into the kitchen and pour it into a container. I had about that much left on that container. So, like I said, it takes about 1 quart. And the reason why we do this, we do it quart by quart. So we paint a screen that's 150, 180. We do it quart by quart. We don't take a gallon out there and do it. We take it quart by quart. If I paint the screen quart by quart, it'll tell me how many quarts it takes to actually paint that screen. On the lagger, I don't even know what lagger is. We don't have anything called lagger. Or the larger screen paint, Actually, the information is right there in the comment section. Not comment section. Go to the description box underneath this video. All the information is right there. Our email address and our website's right in there. These are both black screens. Okay? All my screens in my home are black. I prefer, people ask me what screens do I prefer. I prefer the black screens. I do. I just like contrast. I'm a huge fan of contrast. Oh, no, you're good, Chief. I like lagger. No. Which one, the larger one? This is 126. The one behind me is 138. If you're gonna do 100, and if you're gonna do a screen behind me, which is 138, or keep in mind it's 235.1. Keep in mind, so 135 at 16.9, it would cost you around $187. If you're going to do a screen of this size, this is 100-inch to 126-inch. It takes 1 quart to paint this screen. It's a 1-coat application. Even if you have the screen separates on you, like I said, because the surface may have a coating on it, doesn't make a difference. It's still going to take 1 quart to paint the screen, literally. Because all you have to do is just apply a light coating. If you paint it and the screen starts to separate, paint a light coating on it. Let the screen separate. Let it do what it's supposed to do. And paint a light coat on it, let that foundation dry, and just go over again with another light coating. You're done, that's it. Now this screen was very easy to install. It's actually hanging up by twist ties. Now the radiators support majority of most of the weight of the screen. And then where the windows are at, there's actually these hook screws, and the loop screws they have, they're attached by the window, and all I had to do was basically just go in and just attach the screen to it. You know the little racks you have on the back of your screen, like little hooks, not hooks, but like a kind of hanging system. It's a square system that has a little loop key, like a keyhole in it, upside down, that you slide into the frame that allows you to hang it up on top of the screws or something like that, to mount it to the wall. Well, those are already attached to the back of that screen anyway, because I had it hanging upstairs. So what I did was I just took the heavy-duty zip ties and looped them around that pre-existing hanging system. And then I just took the loop screws and just basically drilled that into the wall and just ran the zip ties from there back into there and zipped it up, zip, and tightened the screen up. So the screen is basically hanging outward like this, but it's actually, most of the weight is supported on the radiator. I'll show once I take it off the wall, because I got to take it off here and I'm going to recoat it again. We're using 1 quart. So, you know, when I had that person who says, well, you know, I painted the screen and I didn't have enough screen paint, I said, here's a video for you right here. We just did this live. This is me painting the screen with 1 quart and having enough paint left over to paint this. All right, so, and the screen swap out, that was the outside screen. That screen was sitting outside for 6 months. I bought it and attached it to the wall. And there you go. That was the 126. And this room right here was 135-inch, which is now outside. So now my screen outside is around 105. So what I got to do with this setup here is I can't use long throws out here anymore. The last screen out here, like I said, the one in the living room is 126. That's the screen that used to be out here. But because this is a 135-inch screen, that means I have to use a short throw or ultra short throw in here. Because keep in mind, look, this is my little barbecue area, which we use at all. I'm going to use it probably next year. I'm not sure. But it's a little barbecue area right here. And then I got my little sitting area here. This is where the projector and all the equipment was going up here, like my PS4, all my other equipment was going up here. So this, my projector could sit here about 13 feet and cast an image from there and nail the 126 and pull up a perfect image because I measured everything out right for 126 inch to fit out here perfectly. But again, now this is 135, which means I have to get a short throw projector or an ultra short throw projector. But I'm thinking I'm just gonna go with a short throw projector. But I'll show you. We'll take it off right now. I forgot to get the bricks in here. All right. So that's right now. That's going to be outside. The golfers, they stop. I told you I live behind a golf course. So this is the back of my house right here. The back of a golf. Big fan of golf. All you gotta do is sit out here with a cup of coffee. People play golf all day long. So it's kind of cool where I live at right now. You know what I mean? I'm going to upgrade to get something bigger, but it's really cool. It's a blessing. I'll tell you, it's an amazing blessing from God because I have a huge backyard, which I never use. In the backyard, I actually gave it to the animals. They have it now. So I feed the squirrels, which means time to feed these jokers too. I feed the squirrels, chipmunks. I got a few red robins, a few blue jays. I actually got a red-tailed hawk playing in the backyard one time. That was freaking interesting. That was real interesting. But yeah. And then over there, I don't know if you can see the golfer over there. There's a sand dune. I call that the sand castle. The reason why is because once they get caught in there, they literally dig up enough sand to build a sand castle. One guy came out of there, and I saw him. He was really upset, and he was cursing and, you know, carrying on and everything, which you're not supposed to do out here. They have real strict rules out here. And he came by, was like, "So, you leave any sand for anybody else?" He gave me the middle finger. That was uncalled for. But whatever. I was just having some fun with him, that's all. But yeah, there's the screen right there. Now, the reason why I got it covered up, because potentially, if you look up, and the birds feel the need to use my screen as target practice. I wonder if I can lean this over the side so you can see the backyard. This is my backyard. It's a mess, ain't it? Well, actually, I don't really do anything back there. I got really bad allergies. I mean, allergies trigger off everything else. I already got breathing issues, so I don't need to be out in this mess. And I know I should be cutting it down, but I let the animals have it. That's where I feed them at right there. So I get foxes. At nighttime, I get fox, raccoons, and some other crazy stuff that goes back there. And then skunks. I get skunks. So this is where this camera right here, and this camera back here is basically live. So right now I'm building the server for that camera. So that camera, when it goes online, you can come in here and you can watch the squirrels eat and do whatever they do back here, which is some funny stuff, man. And yeah, that's what I'm working on. Those are the trees that snapped off. You know, they had to cut these trees down to the stem because they were actually hanging over the property. One of them suckers broke off in a windstorm, slammed the side of the house. The cameras picked it up, hit the driveway, and blew debris right up the driveway into the street and hit the neighbor's car across the street, which had a Mercedes. Yeah, it messed her up, man. If you had walked down that freaking driveway when that tree had decapitated and hit the side of the house, that would have been your final destination right there. Literally, that's what it looked like when that tree hit the side of the house. But they finally came out there with arguing with them. They didn't want to come out there and cut it down. And the guy made a statement saying, well, you know, how do you know trees? Because the security cameras picked it up. And that was the end of it. They came right out and cut them down. That's what it pays to have cameras outside your house. It pays to have them. Actually drops your insurance too. Sorry about that. I get a little tripped up from time to time out here. But yeah, so that's why I'm up here and they're down there. That's the whole, their area. They get the whole yard. It's theirs. All right, so now you see the screen. Let me cover this up. All right, let's try you again. That's done, so I just gonna get myself. It doesn't make a difference. I'm gonna get a 720p. I might get the same one I have in here. Another short throw. Same projector in here. That's what I'll get. All right, we have a political commercial playing in the background.
JFK, Barack Obama came to America, took their case for
My
straight to the top.
back pocket.
Now Joe Biden. Right.
There we go. And then over here, these are the laser projectors, which now I'm not seeing the remote control for that. That one runs off the remote control only. Oh no. This is the story of my life, people. Remote controls. It's remote control to this projector. It's supposed to be here. All right, I'm gonna put the link in where to get that remote control from. This is the remote control for this here. Everything's here. That thing takes a special remote control. Let me put you over here for a minute while I track that laser projector remote control down. Because I got a bad habit of walking away with things in my hand and setting them down someplace else. That remote control is different. What I'm gonna have to do is I'm gonna have to program myself to teach myself, because I got a dozen remote controls running around the house. I have to teach myself to keep remote controls in certain areas. So this is the projector right here. Keep in mind, do not lose this. This is the only way you're going to be able to operate that projector. There's no manual override on that laser projector for demonstrating on the ceiling or wherever you're going to have it. You have to have the remote control with it. The different settings you can put on there. I like to put a little bit of the red and the green at the same time. Oh, thank you, thank you, thank you. Okay, so this is the first one right here, the first projector, right? Then the second one is this one. So when you use the black technology, this is our screen paint painted to the ceiling. Now we're going to use the second projector to give it more of a kind of a mystical blue effect. And when you take projectors and you overlay them over and over again, that's how you get that kind of 3D kind of starry night sky or galaxy look to your ceiling. And it really helps, like I said, if you coat it black. When you coat it black, it brings out so much of the detail and depth to it. There you go. Now, also too, the beautiful thing about painting it with the black technology, if you decide to paint your ceiling this way, if you're going to have it in your dedicated theater, is the fact that when the ceiling's white, keep in mind that it's going to basically wash out regardless. Even if you have light reflecting off the screen. A lot of people don't realize that if you have a white screen or gray screen in your dedicated theater, when that projector hits, one people complain about is having white light pushing out all over on the ceiling, pushing on the walls. As you notice, there is no white light, nothing pushing out anywhere. It's all, the screen draws all of it in. All you're seeing is just straight picture, the image, nothing white light is pushing out around the image at all. And keep in mind, my room in here, the walls aren't even black, they're white. If you notice, there's no white light pushing out anywhere. Screen absorbs all the screen absorbs the image, and there's no white light pushing off the screen or reflecting anywhere in the environment. Look at the ceiling. The ceiling's jet black. You don't see any white light coming off that projector screen, hitting that screen at all. I'm curious if somebody would have painted a whole entire dedicated theater room in our black screen paint. Yeah, that paint is designed to absorb light. Now, if I took the same projector and did it in here, which I do have, I have this projector right here, same bliss projector, but not like the other one. If I were to hit the ceiling with this, this is how it comes out. Now, this shows off best when it's dark in here. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take a small sample sheet, paint it with our black technology. I'm just going to tape it to the ceiling so you can see the difference between the two of having the technology on the ceiling and not having it on the ceiling. Now, I wouldn't advise you go painting this on your ceiling. If you live with someone and y'all both live in the same environment, I wouldn't advise painting your ceiling like that unless you get that okay. But other than that, I mean, it depends on how your relationship clicks. All right. But if you're doing this for a dedicated theater room, yeah, having that technology on the ceiling is amazing. All right, so we have that, and the lights in the kitchen already changed because they do change. If I click one of remote control, one actually alters in here. All right. Just change this back to where it was at. I like the pink in the kitchen. Someone said, why do you like the pink in the kitchen? I like it. I like the pink in the kitchen. I do. I like the pink in the kitchen. And then I think on the back of this screen, I'm going to redo this screen again. Because last time I did it with cardboard and I did it with contact shelving paper. I wanted the shelving paper to be able to match the countertops in the kitchen. So I didn't want to take away too much from the kitchen by putting the screen in here. So I built this nice little screen. It works on my Sony ultra short throw projector. This time, I think I'm gonna get some of that that carbonated cardboard, that plastic cardboard. I'm gonna cut it to size and then cover that entire thing with the same contact paper I used, and then hit the sides with some frog tape, some thin frog tape, paint it all down, peel it off, and then I have my nice custom border to match this. But I think on the back of that screen, I'm gonna put a nice light sky blue because I want to be able to have that kind of Miami Vice kind of look to the kitchen when when it's nighttime. But I'm not gonna put too much blue in here, just enough to trigger it off. Keep all this in pink, put a nice little sky blue behind the back of that. Make it look pretty cool. I think this projector is on, I'm not sure. I wonder if it is on. I wonder if it's even hooked up. It is hooked up. Now, as you know, we have a we have this and stuff called invisible black that we make, right? It's actually invisible. The 12s are coming out with their own versions of invisible black technology. This is the new silver version of it, it's painted on glass. This is the new stuff. I showed off a little bit of it. Silver top too. I showed off a little bit of it, but I kind of didn't do any demonstrations on it because this is still under testing. This is that technology that can take a direct hit from sunlight, some of it. So right now we got it down to a formula where we can actually coat this stuff, but it's not going to be ready anytime soon. We're talking about somewhere around probably next year is when you may be able to see it, and it's not going to be a screen paint form. It is going to be for our own lineup of motorized and fixed frame projection screens. That's what that coating's for. So it's not going to be designed for, it's not going to be a screen paint or none of that. That is a formula being strictly designed, dedicated for our own lineup of wallpaper screens, motorized projection screens, and we're doing tensions only. That's all we're doing. They're not going to be expensive. People, you get a tension screen, it's going to be expensive. No, this is going to be a tension screen that would pretty much cost you in the same range as a regular screen that is non-tension. You know, keep in mind, you know, I did a lot of research on how they build tension screens and stuff like that. It's a little bit more costly, but not as much as you think it is, to tell you the truth. And they just charge you a little more for that because it's considered to be an upgrade version of the motorized projection screen. That's basically about it, but it's not more than that. We can pretty much design a tension screen and charge the same price for a tension screen as if you would pay for a regular screen that's non-tension. You know, I mean, because for us it's cheaper, because keep in mind that when you have a company that does like let's say daylight screens, okay, they have a material, they don't have a paint. So with a material, you're probably going to pay by the yardage on whatever they're using to make it. It's probably a lot more expensive to make. Then they have to basically apply this onto a screen, which means they have to build a whole entire what's the word for it? They have to make the material and have to apply it, or basically to a motorized projection screen. All that costs more. Keep in mind, we have a formula, so ours is different. I can basically build a wallpaper screen out of recycled water bottles and coat it with that technology, and boom, automatically it becomes a high performance screen. So it's cheaper for us to develop stuff because we can actually make our own surfaces and coat it with that technology. So easier that way. So it's easier for us to have a screen constructed with just a white surface and just have it coated with their technology. Now, I know some people probably think like, oh, this is all going to be coated by hand. No, actually not. If I'm going to spend the money on designing a motorized fixed frame projection screen, you ever seen those machines they use for coating cars? Those machines that they program, they coat the car over and over and over again. It's the same application, the same layer over and over and over again because the machine's doing it. That's what I've been looking into, actually investing into. Maybe leasing one. So if I have a machine painting my screens over and over and over again, they will be able to put the same consistency over and over and over again on the same surface. All I just need is somebody to go in and maintenance it and someone to program it. So that's the idea we have right there. All right. Sorry about that. All right. So, yeah, this is the screen in the kitchen. We got the dedicated one here. That's gonna be our dedicated theater screen right here from now on. This is the screen I go on. Watch that. What movie's on? Made a cough drop. Ouch. Man, my back is killing me. Let's see, let's go upstairs. I'm still finishing these. I think the rest of the lights are supposed to come today. If you see stuff hanging all over the house, that's because I'm drying clothes. No, I do not have a dryer. I felt, why buy a dryer when I can just hang my clothes up? Just me, I don't have a lot of clothes. All right. This room I got to finish out today. So since it's Sunday, and I pretty much don't have much to do today. I'm waiting for supplies to get in. That's basically about it. Once you're all in, I can go in and just relax today, do some gaming today. This is a 135 inch screen. Yeah, you can use a paint sprayer. You can use a paint sprayer if you want. It's up to you. How you want to do it. Some people prefer to roll, some people prefer to spray. So if you go to the website and you look at the description for the product, it'll tell you you can paint or spray. So Chrissy. I think my sound bars are automatically on here. I'll set you guys over here with me. There we go. And I always say one thing, when I put my videos up, I say 138 inch screen, or you know what I mean? But then, like I said, there's so much stuff to show you around the house on different screens we coded in the house. This right here was a screen that I bought. This is not even an elite screen. This is a screen I paid $184. The screen I have outside on the deck is an elite screen. So the screen on the deck and this screen are the exact same size. It's a 135 and the deck has a 135. The elite screen is actually sitting out on the deck. Now, for those of you saying, well, what about the velvet material? Aren't you worrying about that getting moldy? No, because what happens is when you put what you do, how you protect that, all you got to do is make a spray-on version of the polyurethane that you can use to protect items or make it weatherproof. And all I did was basically just plastic inside the screen so it wouldn't get touched by the polyurethane, and then spray the outside and that protective coating. So that way the material doesn't get damaged or it doesn't basically get molded or anything whatsoever. And then the same spray cannon that I use, I spray the back of the screen with it, and then that way the metal parts don't become rusted or corroded. Fast way to do it. So if you look at my environment, I told you I use those veneer curtains, because keep in mind I like those because nobody can see in and I can see out, which I like about these curtains. The same ones downstairs are designed the same way. I really didn't realize those curtains had that ability. I thought people literally could see me walking around my house until one day the postal worker came by and I wanted to get up to go to the kitchen to get something, and they yelled. You know, keep in mind it's probably around 9 o'clock. And I'm like, what the freak is wrong with him? So when my ex was living here, she was like saying, well, you know how weird these curtains look? Because all you see is a shadow moving back and forth. You don't see an actual physical form. You see a shadow moving back and forth. So it kind of looks like my house is a bit haunted, which she sat down on the sofa and I went outside and I looked at the window and I see a shadow get up and move. Yeah, it looks kind of freaky. So yeah, it catches people off guard. So I just stay on the sofa, look at people. I can look them directly in the eye. They don't know I'm actually behind that curtain. So I got the same thing up here. It allows a lot of light to push into the environment, but also too, I don't lose my privacy. And that's why in here I have tons, all my windows have that veneer to bring in as much light as possible. Because there's no point in me setting up this environment where I'm gonna be stuck in a dark room. Let me get my charger. My charger's dying. Oh, dying with my charger. And some people there's no man. We can go. There's no man. I say no man. Alright, I want to grab a power cord real quick so I can charge my phone up. 10%, wow. Ugh. I had to grab a charger real quick. So we'll do, let me see. I haven't played that retro. I had a couple dark retro games I haven't played in a while. Haven't been in there in a while either. I'll play this for a little bit. And that's the whole purpose behind the technology, that you can play in a fully lit environment. I don't have to be in the dark at all. And my projector sits, I don't know how, I think the length in this room, I think this room is around maybe 17 feet. This is a pretty good sized room. It's the master bedroom. So my projector sits all the way back, hitting the wall. Now the 135, the 235.1 sits at, this side screen was sitting in there. And decided to put one of these upstairs. Actually, the original screen that was supposed to be put up here was supposed to be 200 inches. But I was going to put it against where the windows are at, but I didn't want to block out the window light. I wanted to keep the room nice and bright.
Confirming mission analysis. Intercept immediately. I repeat, intercept immediately.
I haven't played the game in a while, so forget about it. No, interesting thing right now. Before we go down this road, I'm gonna see if I can hook the Dreamcast up to this, because I got this adapter for my Dreamcast that allows the Dreamcast to run off an HDMI signal, and I'm curious if this actually works. I didn't get a chance to mess around with it yesterday because my friend wanted to come around and play a little game. So I'm gonna hook up the Dreamcast to this because I'm dying to see if this thing works, because the last thing I seen for close this game. The last thing I seen for the Dreamcast was VGA. VGA can convert it to VGA. So now I'm kind of curious if this thing will actually work. So hold on for a minute. Let me come out of this real quick. Let's see. No, what power options. Let's see if this works, because I'm a little curious about this. This thing will actually run with no problem whatsoever. So I'll show you the adapter. I'll bring you over here real quick. All right, so it's an adapter that I got that's supposed to be able to allow you to turn Dreamcast into a VGA. So let me see. Take our power cord from our Xbox. I gotta clean my Dreamcast, so I'll be doing that today, scrubbing it down, getting it all cleaned off. I'm curious if this still works, to tell you the truth. Plug that into the back of that. And where's that adapter piece? That's not it, that's for the VR. No, I'll put it up here. Let me see if I stuck it over here. Let me see. Alright. This is the adapter right here. This adapter allows you to run a Dreamcast through and a VGA from HDMI. So I'm curious to see if this actually does work. Oh, this was powered up. Oh, it is for power. Okay, it does the power supply to run it. Alright, so I'm curious if this works. I mean, I'm kind of skeptical whether it's going to work or not, because the last thing I ran off this one was VGA, and at that time VGA would have, if you wanted the more high resolution for your gaming systems, most people were running them off VGA monitors, so running CRTs. So let's see, we're gonna plug this in that. Power cord back here. And this one. Okay. We'll run it back here. Oh, if this freaking works, this would be amazing. Oh man, I forgot I got freaking, did I get that game? Oh man, the game, I got Blue Stinger. Yes, the classics. Controller? My dirty controller, because I got to clean all this stuff off. And I'm curious if this will work. Okay, so let me plug my PS4. Disconnect my PS4. Plug it into the back of this. So let's see if this actually does work. So back to Chrissy. What game do I have in here, by the way? Nothing. No signal. Okay. So let's see if it works or not. No signal. Because I doubt this is going to work. Oh my goodness, it freaking worked. Are you kidding me? Are you freaking kidding me? This, I'm running my Dreamcast off an HDMI right now. What? Oh, yes. Yes. Oh, that's freaking kidding me. Oh man, look at that. Oh, that's freaking unbelievable. We don't need to set any thought to begin with. Alright, so. Oh, you're freaking kidding me. Are you freaking kidding me? What the freak? Alright, I think I may have my controller might not be working anymore. Wait a minute. Yeah. So it's running, but my controller may be dead in the water. So I may have to go buy myself a new controller. But it actually is freaking working. Alright, go on eBay and buy me another controller. Alright, that's the memory card activating. Let me see. Let's see. Yeah, my controller's not working at all. So my controller's dead, which, ain't working, but I had it for a long time, so it's normal. It's not gonna work anyway. But it does activate, it does work. So let me see this for a minute. I'm gonna turn it off, put it back on for a minute. Let's see what happens. So let me get the controller to boot. Oh my goodness, are you freaking kidding me? Do I have another Dreamcast controller? Oh well, at least I know that does work. So I'm gonna have to just go in and let's see, change settings with L or R on the controller. Nope, not working. So chances are my controller is busted. It's no longer working anymore. L on the controller going up and down. No. Nope, my controller is busted. Alright, so my controller's broken. I'm gonna have to go in and just buy myself another controller, but at least I know it does work. I can run my Dreamcast games running through HDMI, which is freaking amazing. I didn't think that would even actually work. But I'm just gonna have to get myself a new controller. My controller's busted. It's definitely broken. Let me see if I can go into my bag. Wow, I can't believe it actually freaking worked. Alright. No, that's not gonna work. That's definitely not gonna work. Same thing, but still it's not gonna work. Alright, I'm not gonna follow everybody's time here while I try to problem solve this. But apparently, yeah, my controller is busted on my Dreamcast, so it's not working at all. So I'm gonna have to go and just order me another controller. I'll get one from Amazon or eBay or whatever, but I still can't believe that actually freaking worked, because last time I ran a adapter through my Dreamcast, it was VGA. So, and it worked out perfectly. But I didn't think HDMI would run. And they make these adapters, keep in mind for those who are curious, they make these adapters. I'll put the link where I got it from. I have to put the link in there. You gotta be to order one of these. I got it off Amazon, and I paid about $19 for it. And they do have them for the GameCube, they have them for the Xbox, all the old systems. But that is freaking incredible right there. So I got all my old games done. I got the original Marvel vs. Capcom. Definitely gonna be doing all those games right there. So I'm gonna leave the video off from here. I'm just gonna go on Amazon right now, order me another controller, because I'm gonna have to do me a game on here using the Dreamcast, bringing back some of the old games. All right, with that being said, if you're interested in screen paint, I'll list in the descriptions and some information at the bottom. I got to go in and copy paste links right now, so I need to do that right away before I forget or get sidetracked to someplace else. And I'll take care of that the minute I come off this video. All right, thank you all for your time. Also, too, I'll put in the video demonstration of me painting the giant screen downstairs at 138, 235.1. Got to go, and God bless. Can't believe